Good day, everybody. Hope you're doing well. My name's Grant, and this channel is called Baby Boomer Rising. I'm 57 years old, and today I am sober and happy. Today's video is a quick talk about, is it selfish to be sober, or is it selfish to try to make yourself happy? Now, when you try to quit drinking, or if you're not drinking, there's a lot of pressure from others about having one drink, having two drinks. Come on, let's have a drink. Let's go for a drink. How about we come over and we'll bring something to drink? You know, there's always that pressure of friends, family, coworkers, people that just expect you're going to drink. And then when you don't drink, you're kind of like an outcast. But you're not. I've been thinking about it this week because not just with being sober, but with other goals in life I'm kind of going through. I'm guessing maybe it's a bit of a midlife crisis, or I'm just decided that the path that I was on is not the one that I want to be on anymore. I'm looking at a little bit more of a minimalist lifestyle than I've been living. My life has been very materialistic up until this point, and now I'm at a point where I just want to get rid of stuff. And doing that and not drinking, now I'm trying to find something to help me. So a lot of times I would drink, it was a pick-me-up, or I was using it to cope with stress, or I thought it was just the way I would just, on a Friday night, I would have a few drinks, probably more than that, and it was a way of bringing myself some happiness, because instead of thinking about the last stressful week at work, or family issues, or friends, or financial, and I'm just kind of pulling these out of the air. I've been guilty of sitting and drinking, just trying to forget that. And, then the next day, of course, it's just, you feel crappy, but you still have that stress, so that doesn't really work. So I've been thinking about ways to bring myself some happiness. And I'm having trouble with it. I think I have too much on my plate right now. I have too many interests, and I have goals, short-term, long-term, financial, health, and I'm just deciding. There's some things I don't want to be selfish about it. I see others, and in my life, friends, family especially, and neighbors I've seen where they appear to be very selfish in what they do. They have other responsibilities, yet they seem to be doing other things that seem to make them happy. I'll give you an example. Let me kind of make one up based on my life experiences and just things I know about other people and not things I've done. I spend a lot of time on the weekends. It's a weekend now. My wife works and I'm with my son. I don't do a lot of things just for myself when I'm with my son, because that's his time and our time. It's not my time. It's not Grant's time. That's how I think of it. I do, however, see someone close by that it doesn't matter if it's a weekend or a weeknight after work, they're out doing their thing, and they have children. Now, I imagine they're doing their thing because it makes them happy. But I find that a bit of a selfish thing to do, because you decided to have a family and children, and now you're out doing your own thing. To me, that's selfish, and it's just not the right thing to do. To each his own, though. I'm sure this person would disagree completely, and that's fine. That's their life. So as I try and minimalize my life and nail down the path that I'm on now, I'm on a path, but it's kind of got little side roads and on it. I'm trying to. Like I said earlier, I have too many interests, and one of my interests is building websites to replace my current income. And that one, I think, should be a little bit higher. I should place it higher than I do. I like to do woodworking, and I don't think I've ever mentioned this, but I started collecting comics, in my 40s. I collect them when I was a child, but then somehow I got hooked, and, here I am with thousands of comics, and I'm slowly selling them. But it's these hobbies like the comic. Oh, and exercising. I love exercising. Sometimes, some days it's hard. You know that, but I know I have to do it, and it's good to do it. And after I do it, even if I didn't feel like it, it feels great after. Your endorphins are going firing, and it just feels good, right? So I'm looking at these things, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, how I need to prioritize these things. I need to make time for certain things, fit that into my sober life without being selfish. Oh, and I like aquariums. Right behind you, you're looking at me, but behind you, there's a 70-gallon tank I'm just setting up, and I have one upstairs that's running. I've been into fish aquariums since about 1989. I got hooked, but that's a pet, but it does take time, and it takes money, and so there's all these things, and then I have things I want to do. I could speak French when I was growing up, fairly decent, and that seems to have gone by the wayside. I've pushed that away. And play a little guitar. I want to learn. I want to start taking French lessons again. I want to pick up the guitar again. But all of these things are going to take away from other time, like spending time with my son. Yesterday, I went and bought us some new skates and some gear so we can make sure we get out this winter coming up, and to prioritize that time with him, I think is very important. But so I'm trying to do this so that I'm not being selfish in what I do. And I think a lot of times people sometimes that are selfish in their actions don't take into account their responsibilities in life. Like I could just quit my job and go get a job for much less money and tell my wife, well, you know what? I'm happier now where I'm working for half as much, but we can't afford our house, so we'll have to sell it. That would be a very selfish act on my part because I have this responsibility. If I talk to her ahead of time and tell her what I'm thinking, then that's a little different, right? Then that's okay. So I'm trying to jot down my roadmap so that I can get to this life that I'm dreaming up in my head as more of a minimalist. I want less to do, and not that I don't want to just enjoy other things. Like I enjoy astronomy, and I love walking, and but I think a person really needs to nail down those high priority items in life, and make sure that you're setting time aside every day for those. Family, friends, financial, your health. Your health is your greatest wealth, right? Make sure that one's at the top. But, for my case, I'm not going to go to a gym on the weekend when I got my son and drop him off somewhere for a couple hours. I can just hop behind where I'm sitting here and work out there, and I just wouldn't do that. To me, that's selfish. So it's just something to think about. I know that I hope this makes sense to you. but I'm just, excuse me, I'm just going through some stuff in my head these days and months, and the last couple of years have been a little stressful for me with work and just about everything, and trying to be sober and on that path. So being sober is one of my highest priorities because I feel that drinking alcohol for me is a great way to expedite myself being put in a grave. So, and that's not where I want to be. So, regardless of if I have a family or not, I do enjoy living and all of the things that life has to offer. So, yeah. So, anyways, should stop rambling. I'll be back again next Wednesday, or sorry, maybe Wednesday. I'll put one out too. I don't know, but next Sunday with another video. So, just curious in the comments, what are some things that people do that you see as being selfish, but maybe they don't see it that way? I'd love to hear what examples you have. Have a great week ahead. Take care, guys.